Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm DazzlinDave. Sevilla 1, Wolves 0. This is the international fan reaction. Fans around the world obviously disappointed, but philosophical and looking back at the season on a whole, it's a real good one. So go check it out and let's go around the world.
Well, hello again, Dave. It's Keith from Melbourne in Australia. Hello to you and to all the Wolves supporters right around the world. So the last game finally played this morning our time. Can't say I'm too surprised at the result. Wolves look a bit jaded, a bit tired. I think what must rank as the longest season ever in history, perhaps. But they gave it their best shot, and that's all you can ask, I feel. But they just don't score often enough, and that's our biggest problem. A number of games that comes to mind where if we had scored the odd goal, even two, we certainly would have finished a lot higher up than what we were. So I'd like to thank you, Dave, especially for giving me the opportunity to rant and rave and say a few words to the rest of the Wolves pack around the world. And a big special thank you to the Wolves pack around the world for just being there, for saying what you think as well. It's been a great ride this year. I've really enjoyed it. And I was actually part of the season nearly 12 months ago, 10 months actually, almost to the day. So, looking forward to the new season, which is a month away, for crying out loud. But hopefully they've got enough time to make a few little tweaks and that, and we can finish a bit higher than 7th this time. But very happy with the boys for doing that. Anyway, long video, time's up. Thanks, mate. Always Wolves.
Hey Dave with New York Wolves here. I do have my Europa shirt on. I threw it on in the 88th minute to try and influence the course of history, but it didn't work. I did have my lucky black Fosun shirt on the rest of the time. But sadly neither worked and we lost. Really gutted, really down at the moment, as you can probably hear in my voice. You know, I think the better team won on the night, quite honestly. Sevilla were all over us. Was it over 75% possession? You know, against a team as good as them, you know, eventually you're going to crack, and that's what happened. It's a little unfortunate that it happened so close to the end, where you have very little room to influence anything. If it happened a little earlier, or maybe the start of extra time, then maybe we would have had a chance to rebound. But in the 3 minutes plus extra time, injury time that we had, never really looked like we were going to do it, did it? But, you know, we didn't create a lot. I think there was an early chance for Jimenez and for Dendoncker. And then obviously the penalty, which I'm sure we'll be debating long into the night about whether that should have been retaken or because of encroachment or the goalie coming off his line. But, you know, that was disappointing. But to be honest, we didn't really seem to create much after that. So, like I say, I think the better team won on the night. But let's not be too downhearted here. You know, we finished 7th in the Premier League, had our best ever season, and we are now, as Wolves fans, we are disappointed that we lost in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Let's reflect on how far we've come and what a fantastic season we just had. We were not a flash in the pan the first season. We are an established team, and I think the next month is going to be a really pivotal month in Fosun's ownership of Wolves, possibly their most important month. We've got to lock Nuno down to a long-term contract. I'm not really worried about that. I'm sure that'll happen, but it's all about who do we keep and then who do we bring in to take us up to the next level. So let's feel down for a little bit. Let's celebrate the season that was and look forward to the amazing next season and beyond with our team. So keep up the great work, Dave, and thanks to all the massive Wolves fans out there.
Hello, Dave, fellow Wolves fans. Brian from Thailand. So the Europa League dream is over after losing 1-0 in Sevilla yesterday evening. We was totally outclassed over the 90 minutes. Apart from the first 10 minutes of the game, I thought we was good, we was okay. But saying that, I think VAR let us down again, because if you actually look, 2 Sevilla players encroached into the area, and when the keeper saved it, one of those actually headed it away. So, as I said, VAR let us down. Should have been a retake. And the second half, again, they just outclassed us. The only thing about it is that, saying outclass, they never created much. They never troubled us. You know, there was one free kick on about 82 minutes that Rui tipped over. Was about the only thing that troubled us. We never had a corner in the game as opposed to their 14. Possession wise, it was in the high 70s against the low 20s for Wolves. So yeah, the game reflected that way. And then they got a corner, played out, and the fella whipped it in. And I thought it was unfortunately a bit of bad defending. The fella wasn't picked up, no marking, and flicked on and past Rui, and we was never going to get back with 2 minutes to go. So it's over. But we've done well in the Europa League, and since I've gone back and looked at since 3 years that Fosun took over and brought in Nuno, brought in George Mendes, and he managed to secure some sort of like top players. You know, it just goes to show how far we've actually come in 3 years to progress into the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Domestically, we're fine. Seventh, improved on points from last season to this season, but competing within a European place, it's just not on our. We're not there yet. One other thing, Dave. Thanks very much. It's been my pleasure to be on your vlogs. I've enjoyed it immensely. To all the other people who participate, please stay safe, and we look forward to beginning of next season. If you need anything else, Dave, just let me know. Take care. Up the Wolves.
Good evening from Athens, or not so good evening. What can I say? I'm incredibly proud of the Wolves team to arrive to the final 8 of the Europa League. I thought fantastic achievement given where we were not so many years ago. We shouldn't be so upset. Jimenez missed a penalty. I mean, I would have put our mortgage on that, on Jimenez sticking that in the back of the net. Had to miss eventually. It's a shame it happened tonight. I thought Vinagre did very well, stepping into Johnny's shoes. Not very easy against a Sevilla team that we know are very good. If I'm honest though, we didn't create enough chances. They dominated the game. If you give the ball away so easily, eventually you're going to concede. I thought we tried to play long ball too much, which is not the kind of football we play. We play on the ground, controlled football. We couldn't do that tonight. I'm not so sure that's because we didn't play our game so much as Sevilla being such a quality team. Connor Cody, I thought, did a wonderful job. He run that defence like an army. You can only do so much. For me, he was man of the match from our side. With me tonight I have Costas from the Greek Wolves Sports Club, and my friend Luis, who's Spanish. Leave him alone. So I'll pass you on to Costas.
Hello all the fans, Wolves all the world. I'm very disappointed. I believe this year Europa League is Wolves. I believe next year is better for Wolves. And maybe win FA Cup or Premier League, but tonight it's very disappointing, you know.
Well, basically, obviously, after the game, after watching also all this great tournament that Wolves has done in the Europa League this year, it has been a difficult night. But still, overall, so the part of the penalty, I think, okay, you can never know what will happen after that, but with 1-0 in the minute 10, Wolves could have more control into their game in that case. So yeah, losing at the end, 85, 86, 87, it's always painful. But still, now this is hot. But thinking in goal, I think we have to say congratulations to Wolves because of a great season. Being in the top 8 of the Europa League is a big success. And of course, giving best wishes for what will come now in Premier League. Hopefully, if this thing continues like this, soon we will have, going further, we'll get something. So good luck to Wolves, and of course, what today is sad, tomorrow will be happier.
Good night from Athens.
Always Wolves.
Forever Wolves.
Hi Dave, it's Liam. obviously from England for your international fan reaction. What a ride, absolutely gutted. We seem to switch off for the goal, but it has been an amazing ride. Who would have ever thought we'd be in Europe, second season in the Premier League, so it's been absolutely incredible. Just hope we can hold on to our players, hold on to our manager, rebuild again for next year, and keep it going. Up the Wolves, here's to next season.
Okay, this is Chris from Eidsvoll in Norway. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. It feels like the big moment came to us and we've just let it go without really trying too hard to win it, really. You can't win a game of that magnitude against opponents of that magnitude with tactics like that. You know, was it 14, 13, maybe 15 corners to nil? You can't win a game against opponents like Sevilla with tactics like that. And we have played much better than that. I don't really understand why we were like that tonight. But the reality is that was the dream, isn't it? And the dream is over now, and you have to wonder whether the dream will ever come back again. I'm 47 years old now. I've waited all my life for that. I know it's gone. That's all I want to say.
Hi Dave, hi guys. Andy here from Montreal in Switzerland, where I've been watching the UEFA Seville game, which I have to say was somewhat depressing. I thought Wolves performed reasonably well in the first half, but for me, the second half, watching them defend is a bit boring. And as good as and resolute as they were, you always expected after defending that a cross is going to get put away, and that's exactly what happened. Sometimes the best way to defend is to attack, and we didn't really see them doing that today. Seville were a good team, so that probably had something to do with it. Turning to the penalty, which has been talked about a lot on TV. I think VAR let us down again, but notwithstanding that, putting all things together, I think Seville probably deserve to go forwards, and I can see them winning this competition. It's been a long season for Wolves, and now they need a break, and they need to get their heads together and look forwards. And in the next season, hopefully we'll see a bit more attacking play as opposed to just counter-attack, and fresher legs after such a long season. It's not surprising they're a bit tired, and they looked it tonight.
Morning Dave, it's about 7:15. Trying to get some thoughts together after the game. Disappointing really, out of a damp way to finish the season. However, what a season it's been. I think we all said at the start of last season as it is now, that a good run in Europe and a good finish in the Premier League, and it would have been a successful season, so we can't really complain. I guess it's the hope that kills you. That penalty, that had gone in, who knows what would have happened. However, you have to say Seville played really well. I think they were the better team. We never really looked in it in the second half. They worked tremendously hard off the ball, didn't allow us to get into any rhythm, stopped us playing really. I think Johnny was a big miss. I think sort of things might have been a bit too. He adds a lot down that left-hand side that unfortunately I don't think Vinagre had tonight. So, look, yeah, disappointed, but overall really proud of the season. My big concern is that we've got 33 days before we start again. It's not really a lot of time to get some rest. We definitely need to add to the squad. Some of the players looked absolutely knackered, and yes, they've had some time off during the corona situation, but I think sort of it's a few games too many this season. Obviously next season as it is now, we won't have so many games to play. Just need to really consolidate our league form, and it would be really good to go on a magnificent cup run and get to Wembley and lift the FA Cup. It's been a long time since we did that. Anyway Dave, it's been fun chatting to you all season. Have time for a rest. Cheers, bye.
I just want to say thank you to everyone that's contributed to this video and any of my international fan reaction videos from whatever country, and whether they've been guest UK reactions as well. Happy to have bought this feature with regards in conjunction partnership with the Wolves Foundation. Always do great work for the community, so go check them out. And if you want to get involved in the international fan, either as a UK guest or representing your country wherever you are in the world, please leave a comment and get in touch. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until the next one, I'm Dazzling Dave, always Wolves.